The chosen ones are endowed with a divine magnetism, a unique spiritual allure that God Himself has woven into the very fabric of their being. This magnetic quality is not just an external charm or charisma, it is a profound spiritual force that emanates from their deep connection with the divine. It's as if they have been anointed with a heavenly fragrance that others can't help but be drawn to, a scent that promises peace, hope, and salvation. This divine magnetism is more than just attractiveness. It is a powerful tool used by God to draw people closer to Him. The chosen ones carry this magnetism wherever they go, making them stand out not because they seek attention, but because they radiate the love and light of Christ. It is palpable in their smiles, in their gestures of kindness, and in their eyes, which shine with the light of someone who has seen the face of God. Their presence brings comfort. People feel a sense of peace when they are around the chosen ones, as if they are somehow safer, understood, and cared for. Their words carry weight. When they speak, their words pierce the heart and stir the soul, not because they speak eloquently, but because they speak truth. Their actions inspire change. The acts of love and service they perform are not grandiose or self-promoting. They are simple, sincere, and impactful. Each interaction with the chosen one leaves a mark, a gentle but indelible impression that draws individuals one step closer to understanding God's immense love for them. This divine magnetism is a beacon of hope in a troubled world, a silent invitation to come and see what God can do in one's life. Alongside their divine magnetism, the chosen ones are characterized by a radiance of purpose that illuminates their path and guides their every step. This purpose is not a self-crafted ambition or a worldly goal. It is a calling placed upon their lives by God Himself. It is as if they have been marked by a celestial light that not only highlights their presence, but also directs their journey. This radiance of purpose makes the chosen ones' lives extraordinarily impactful. They move with intention. Every action they take is imbued with meaning and direction. They do not wander aimlessly through life, but walk a path laid out by divine guidance. They live with clarity. While others may grapple with confusion about their identity or destiny, the chosen ones possess a clear understanding of who they are and whom they serve. This clarity shines through them, offering a compelling vision of focused and purposeful living. They inspire commitment. The certainty and dedication they display in pursuing their divine purpose motivate others to consider their own lives. Observers often find themselves questioning their own purposes, inspired to seek a deeper meaning and connection with God. The chosen one's radiance of purpose is not just a light for their own steps, but a lighthouse for others lost at sea. In a world where many are searching for meaning and direction, the chosen ones stand as living testimonies that a life aligned with God's will is not only possible, but filled with unparalleled fulfillment and joy. Together, their divine magnetism and radiance of purpose not only make the chosen ones irresistible to those around them, but also transform them into powerful instruments of God's love, guiding others to the ultimate source of all attraction and fulfillment, the heart of God Himself. In the midst of a turbulent world where chaos and uncertainty often reign, the chosen ones stand as serene sanctuaries of peace. This peace is not merely an absence of conflict. It is a profound presence that envelops them, a tangible calm that seems to follow them wherever they go. It's as if they carry an aura of tranquility, a bubble of divine stillness that shields them and offers refuge to all who draw near. This aura of peace is a hallmark of their divine magnetism, making them irresistibly attractive to those who are weary and burdened. People are naturally drawn to the chosen ones because they offer a type of peace that the world cannot give. A peace that passes all understanding, rooted in a deep trust in God's sovereignty. In conversations, their words soothe and heal. They speak with a wisdom that quiets anxiety and reassures the heart. Their dialogue is always seasoned with grace, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for understanding and connection. In actions, their calm demeanor disarms hostility. Even in situations where tensions rise, the chosen ones remain composed, their responses measured and thoughtful, diffusing anger and opening doors for reconciliation. In their presence, stress seems to diminish. Just being near them can make worries feel less overwhelming. Their steady faith and unwavering trust in God's plans provide a strong foundation for others to find solace. The chosen ones understand that this peace is not their own. It is a gift from God, meant to be shared. They are stewards of this peace, and through their lives, they demonstrate that true serenity is found in surrender to God's will. They teach, by example, how to anchor one's life in the promises of God, how to trust Him in the storm, and how to rest in the assurance that He is in control. Accompanying their aura of peace is a gravitational grace that defines the chosen ones. This grace is evident in every aspect of their behavior. It permeates their interactions, influences their decisions, and guides their relationships. They move through life with a graciousness that is both compelling and convicting, drawing others towards a better way of living. In their forgiveness, they reflect God's mercy. Where others might hold grudges or seek revenge, the chosen ones forgive freely and fully, not because it is easy, but because they themselves have been forgiven much by God. This act of grace often breaks hard hearts and opens the door to healing and restoration. In their generosity, they embody God's provision. They give not just from their surplus, but from their substance, trusting that God will provide for them as they provide for others. Their selflessness in giving, be it time, resources, or energy, inspires a similar generosity in those they touch. In their service, they display humble leadership. They lead by serving, placing the needs of others above their own, and in doing so, they model the servant leadership of Jesus. This approach not only uplifts those they lead, but also reshapes perceptions of what true leadership looks like. This gravitational grace is not an act or a strategy, it is a natural outflow of their relationship with Christ. It is an integral part of their divine magnetism, making them not only irresistible in their appeal, but also transformative in their impact. Through their example, they invite others to experience the richness of living in grace, to embrace a life that mirrors the love and mercy of Jesus, and to discover the joy that comes from serving others with a whole heart. Together, the chosen ones, aura of peace and gravitational grace, make them powerful instruments of God's kingdom. They attract, comfort, and inspire those around them, spreading peace and grace that ripple outward, affecting change far beyond their immediate reach. One of the most striking qualities of the chosen ones is the unshakable joy they carry within them. This joy is not based on circumstances, nor is it fleeting or dependent on external validation. It is deep, lasting, and contagious, making them irresistibly attractive to everyone around them. This joy does not come from material wealth, personal achievements, or human approval. It is the direct result of their connection with God, their deep, unwavering faith in His goodness, His faithfulness, and His perfect plan for their lives. They have discovered that true joy is not found in what they possess, but in whom they serve. Their joy is a weapon. In a world weighed down by stress, sorrow, and despair, the chosen ones stand apart, radiating an energy that refuses to be dimmed by negativity. Their joy is not just a passive feeling. It is a spiritual force that breaks strongholds, silences doubt, and demolishes fear. Their joy is magnetic. People cannot help but be drawn to them. There is something refreshing about being around someone who is not swayed by life's hardships. Someone whose spirit remains light, hopeful, and full of life. Their joy is authentic. It is not the kind of joy that disappears when challenges arise. Instead, it is joy that remains even in trials. Joy that grows even in adversity. Joy that strengthens instead of fades. This is why the chosen ones cannot be ignored. Their presence shifts atmospheres. Their laughter is infectious. Their smiles genuine. Their conversations filled with warmth and encouragement. People feel better, lighter, more alive after encountering them, not because they have given them anything tangible, but because they have offered them a taste of something eternal. Their joy is a silent invitation, an unspoken message that says, there is another way to live. There is a joy that never runs dry. There is a peace that cannot be shaken. Even those who resist them, those who try to discredit them, find themselves intrigued. Why are they always joyful? Why do they not break under pressure? Why do they still smile even when things don't go their way? What they do not yet realize is that the chosen ones have discovered the secret, that true joy is found in God alone. And that secret is what makes them irresistible. If there is one force more powerful than joy, it is love. And the chosen ones do not just possess love. They live it, breathe it, and embody it in every aspect of their lives. Their love is not passive. It is active. It is love in motion, constantly moving, reaching, touching, and transforming. They love without conditions. They do not wait for others to prove their worthiness. They love because God first loved them. They love without hesitation. They do not hold back or calculate risks before offering kindness. Their love is bold, fearless, and generous. They love without expecting anything in return. They do not love for recognition, approval, or reward. They love because love is their nature, their calling, their very reason for being. And this is what makes them completely, utterly irresistible. In a world where love is often transactional, where people give affection based on what they can gain, the chosen one's love stands apart. It disarms, surprises, and softens even the hardest hearts. To the broken, their love brings healing. They do not just sympathize with others' pain, they step in, offering comfort, encouragement, and restoration. To the rejected, their love brings acceptance. They see value where others see flaws, choosing to embrace rather than exclude. To the lost, their love brings direction. Their kindness serves as a guidepost pointing people toward the one who is love itself, God. And the world cannot ignore it. Even those who once viewed them as too intense, too different, too radical begin to take notice. Why do they love people who don't deserve it? Why do they go out of their way to help strangers? Why do they care so deeply when they have nothing to gain? At first, their love confuses people. Then it challenges them. Finally, it changes them. Because love in motion is impossible to resist. The chosen ones do not just speak about love, they embody it. And in doing so, they reflect the heart of God in a way that words alone never could. And this radical, unstoppable, undeniable love is why they cannot be rejected. Their love is too powerful. Their love is too real. Their love is too transformational. And no matter how hard some may try, they cannot resist it. Among the many qualities that make the chosen ones magnetic, integrity stands as a pillar of their irresistibility. While the world is full of people who compromise their values for temporary gains, the chosen ones remain unshakable in their commitment to truth, righteousness, and moral excellence. This commitment sets them apart, making them a beacon of trustworthiness in a world where deception and manipulation are rampant. Integrity is not just a character trait for the chosen ones. It is a way of life. They live what they preach. There is no difference between their public and private selves. Whether someone watches them or not, they remain the same. Honest, reliable, and upright. They uphold their values even when no one else does. They are not swayed by social pressures or trends. Their principles remain intact, even if it costs them opportunities, friendships, or approval. They do not bend for convenience. The chosen ones do not take shortcuts or manipulate situations to work in their favor. Their trust is in God's timing and provision, not in deceitful strategies. This integrity is highly attractive to those who long for authenticity. In a time where people struggle to find role models they can trust, the chosen ones become a rare and precious presence. People confide in them, knowing that they will never betray secrets, never twist the truth, and never use someone's vulnerability against them. Others seek their counsel and friendship. People respect them. Even those who do not share their beliefs admire their unwavering moral compass, because integrity is a universally recognized virtue. People want to follow them. Those who are tired of deception, hypocrisy, and corruption gravitate towards the chosen ones, knowing that they stand for something real. But integrity does not only attract people, it also convicts them. It challenges the dishonest to reevaluate their ways. When someone sees the chosen ones standing in truth, it forces them to confront their own compromises. It calls the lost back to righteousness. Many who have wandered into moral ambiguity find themselves inspired to return to God's ways after encountering the chosen ones. It silences critics. Those who seek to discredit the chosen ones struggle to find anything against them because their lives are open books, free of deception. This is why even their enemies cannot reject them. They may disagree with them, they may resist their message, but they cannot deny their character. And in the end, character speaks louder than words. While others chase temporary gains through deception, the chosen ones build something eternal: trust, respect, and a lasting impact. and in doing so they become unstoppable. In a world that glorifies pride, self-promotion, and the relentless pursuit of personal gain, the chosen ones walk a different path, a path of humility. And this humility is one of their most magnetic qualities. It is not weakness, nor is it a lack of confidence. True humility is power under control. It is knowing who you are, knowing your worth, and yet choosing to elevate others instead of yourself. The chosen ones understand a divine paradox. The more they lower themselves, the more God lifts them up. And as they continue to serve rather than seek status, their influence only grows stronger. They do not seek the spotlight, yet they are noticed. While others fight for attention, the chosen ones simply let their actions speak. Their humility makes them even more intriguing because they have no need for human applause. They do not boast, yet they are admired. Their accomplishments are evident, yet they never use them to gain superiority over others. They carry themselves with grace, not arrogance. They do not chase recognition, yet they are honored. Because they serve with pure motives, without expecting rewards, God places them in positions of influence. This humility draws people in, it makes them approachable. Unlike those who put themselves on a pedestal, the chosen ones make others feel seen, valued, and important. It fosters deep relationships. People feel safe in their presence, knowing they will never use their status to look down on others. It builds trust. Humility creates a bridge where others feel comfortable opening up, seeking advice, and forming genuine bonds. But just as integrity convicts, so does humility. It exposes pride in others. Those who thrive on arrogance feel uncomfortable in the presence of the chosen ones, because humility reveals what pride tries to hide. It challenges the selfish to rethink their motives. Many are drawn to the chosen ones, not realizing at first that their attraction is because they are witnessing something rare. True humility in action. It silences the critics. Those who try to attack the chosen ones find nothing to grasp onto, because humility does not retaliate, nor does it crumble under false accusations. This is why even their enemies struggle to reject them. How do you despise someone who refuses to elevate themselves? How do you attack someone who does not seek revenge? How do you resist someone whose humility only makes them more powerful? Even those who once sought to oppose them find themselves drawn in, unable to explain why. The chosen ones do not just walk with humility, they walk with God. And in doing so, they fulfill Jesus' promise. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Matthew 23 verse 12. Final thought on these chapters. Integrity and humility are two of the greatest forces in the life of the chosen ones. These are not qualities the world often rewards, but they are qualities that make them unstoppable. Their integrity makes them trustworthy. Their humility makes them influential. And when combined, these two qualities make them magnetic beyond explanation. Even those who once rejected them find themselves drawn to them. Because in the end, the world cannot resist what is real. There is something about the chosen ones that sets them apart, something beyond charisma, beyond wisdom, beyond even their kindness. It is their faith, an unshakable, immovable, and radiant faith that pulses like an invisible frequency, drawing people in without effort. This faith is not ordinary. It is alive, a fire that never dims, a force that refuses to be silenced. It is the faith that sees beyond the natural. While others see obstacles, the chosen ones see opportunities. While others complain about storms, the chosen ones look for the rain's blessing. It is the faith that carries a quiet authority. When they speak, there is weight to their words, not because they shout, not because they demand to be heard, but because they believe every word they say. It is the faith that transforms. Those who come near them start to feel the difference. Their doubts feel smaller, their worries feel lighter, their hope begins to rekindle. This frequency of faith is a spiritual force. It cannot be seen with the eyes, but it can be felt in the soul. People who encounter the chosen ones often walk away feeling changed, even if they cannot explain why. The power of their faith. It creates a safe haven. The chosen ones carry an atmosphere of trust. People feel safe around them because their faith is so unshakable that it becomes a refuge for those who are struggling. They do not even have to say anything. Just being in their presence brings a sense of peace. It awakens something in others. Many people have forgotten what it feels like to truly believe, to truly trust in something greater than themselves. But when they see the chosen ones, when they witness how they live without fear, without hesitation, without regret, something stirs within them. They want to know where this boldness comes from. They want to understand why the chosen ones never seem worried. They begin to wonder if they, too, could live with that kind of faith. It silences the skeptics, even those who doubt God, those who mock faith, those who pride themselves on their disbelief. They cannot ignore what they see. They watch the chosen ones, expecting them to stumble, expecting them to break. But when the storms come, the chosen ones stand firm. They remain joyful when the world expects them to despair. They keep giving when others expect them to become selfish. They keep believing, even when nothing makes sense. And in the end, the skeptics have no choice but to respect them. This faith is not just personal, it is contagious. It pulls people in, wraps around them like a warm embrace, and reminds them of a truth they had long forgotten. There is something greater than fear. There is something greater than doubt. There is something real, and it is found in faith. And this is why the chosen ones are irresistible. They carry faith not just in words, but in every fiber of their being. And those who come near them, whether they believe or not, cannot help but feel its pull. If faith is the unshakable force of the chosen ones, then wisdom is the light that shines from within them, guiding others home. The chosen ones do not seek wisdom for power or for control. They seek it because they understand its true purpose: to serve, to guide, to uplift. Their wisdom is not loud, it is not boastful or arrogant, it does not seek to impress. Yet, it is undeniably powerful because it speaks to the deepest parts of the soul. People are drawn to them because of their wisdom. When life gets confusing, they look to the chosen ones. When they need answers, they find themselves asking for their advice. When they are lost, they seek out their presence. Why? Because wisdom is rare. In a world full of noise, where everyone has an opinion but few have understanding, the chosen ones stand apart. They do not just speak, they listen. They do not just react, they discern. And this wisdom draws people in like moths to a flame. The power of their wisdom, they speak truth in a world of lies. Many people are tired of deception. They are exhausted from being misled, from being told what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. But the chosen ones do not sugarcoat truth. They do not fear losing approval. They do not alter their message to fit the culture. They speak what is right, not what is easy, and people respect them for it. They offer guidance without judgment. Many long to find someone who can see them for who they truly are, without condemnation, without shame. The chosen ones are those people. They do not push others away for their mistakes. They do not see failures as permanent labels. They counsel with love, correct with kindness, and uplift with truth. And because of this, people feel safe confiding in them. They carry the secrets of heaven. The wisdom of the chosen ones is not just from experience, it is from God. It is divine wisdom, poured into them through prayer, through revelation, through their deep intimacy with the Holy Spirit. They see solutions where others see dead ends. They sense things before they happen. They offer advice that penetrates the heart, shifts the mind, and awakens the soul. And because this wisdom is not of this world, the world cannot resist it. Why wisdom makes them irresistible? People are starving for direction. The world is lost, chasing temporary fixes, following unstable leaders, clinging to trends that fade overnight. But the chosen ones offer something unshakable. Wisdom is more valuable than riches. True success is not found in wealth, but in understanding. Those who seek real fulfillment are drawn to the chosen ones because they possess the greatest treasure, wisdom. Wisdom is light, and light attracts. It shines in the darkness. It reveals what is hidden. It calls people home. This is why the chosen ones cannot be ignored. Even those who do not understand why they feel drawn to them will find themselves returning again and again, seeking guidance, seeking peace, seeking the wisdom they carry. Because in the end, wisdom is not just knowledge, it is power, it is light, and light cannot be resisted. There is something different about the chosen ones. Unlike the world, which chases power, influence, and authority for selfish gain, the chosen ones lead in a way that astonishes everyone, by serving. Their leadership is not loud, demanding, or oppressive. Instead, it is humble, nurturing, and transformational. They do not seek to dominate, yet they inspire. They do not crave control, yet people follow them. They do not demand respect, yet they receive it effortlessly. This is the paradox of true leadership, that the greatest leaders are not those who rise above others, but those who lift others higher. This is why the chosen ones are irresistible. In a world that promotes selfish ambition, they choose selfless service. In a society where people step on others to get ahead, they kneel to serve. And the result? People are drawn to them like never before. How their servant leadership makes them irresistible. They empower, not overpower. The chosen ones do not lead by force, they lead by empowerment. They see potential in others and nurture it. They create opportunities instead of hoarding them. They rejoice in others' success rather than feeling threatened by it. This approach shocks people. So many are used to leaders who take rather than give, who suppress rather than uplift. But when they encounter the chosen ones, they see something entirely new, a leader who wants nothing for themselves, only for others to thrive. And this type of leader? People want to follow them forever. They serve with no ulterior motive. The chosen ones serve because it is who they are, not because they want recognition or reward. They help when no one is watching. They give when they know they will receive nothing in return. They pour into others even when they are empty themselves. This selfless love catches people off guard. In a world full of selfishness, selflessness is magnetic. They lead by example, not just words. Many people talk about leadership. Many preach about service. But the chosen ones live it. They do not ask others to do what they won't do themselves. They do not place burdens on others that they would not carry. They do not boast of their power. They display it through their actions. Their example is so pure, so genuine, so transformational that people cannot help but admire them. Even those who once doubted them begin to respect them, because true leaders do not stand above others, they walk beside them. At the end of the day, what makes the chosen ones truly irresistible is not just their magnetic personality, their wisdom, their humility, or their leadership. It is something deeper, something eternal. They are not just attractive to people on earth, they are attractive to heaven itself. Everything they do, everything they are, reflects the heart of God. And this divine imprint on their lives pulls people toward them, whether they realize it or not. The chosen ones have become living invitations, calling people not to themselves, but to something greater. Their light is not their own, it is the light of Christ within them. Their love is not their own, it is the overflow of God's love. Their peace is not their own, it is evidence of God's presence. And this cannot be ignored. Why the world cannot resist the chosen ones? They carry a presence that transcends human understanding. Have you ever met someone whose presence alone shifts the atmosphere? Where people feel safe just standing next to them. Where worries seem to fade in their presence. Where conversations feel deeper, more meaningful, more alive. This is what it feels like to be around the chosen ones. They do not try to make people feel this way. It happens naturally. Because they are constantly in communion with God, His presence is with them and within them at all times. And when people are near them, they sense this presence, even if they cannot explain it. They leave a mark that cannot be erased. Even after people part ways with the chosen ones, they cannot forget them. The wisdom they shared stays in their minds. The love they showed lingers in their hearts. The example they set challenges them to be better. The chosen ones leave an imprint on every person they meet. Not because they seek to, but because their lives are a testimony, a message of what it looks like to walk with God. They are walking prophecies of God's power. When people see the chosen ones, they see living proof that God is real. They see how faith can transform a person. They see how love can change lives. They see how humility, wisdom, and servant leadership can make someone unstoppable. Their very existence declares the goodness of God, and people are drawn to them because deep down, every soul longs for what they have. The unstoppable truth about the chosen ones. The world cannot resist them. Their enemies cannot reject them. Their critics cannot deny them. Because what they carry is too powerful. Their faith pulls people out of fear. Their wisdom pulls people out of confusion. Their humility pulls people out of pride. Their love pulls people out of loneliness. and in doing so they change the world, one life at a time. This is the eternal allure of the chosen ones, and no one can resist it.